Welcome to the Hoops With Us podcast, and today I am joined by a very special guest, Dillon Jones. He is a Weber State commit. Dillon, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Once again, thank you for joining me on the show. So the first
Yeah.
question that I have for you, Dillon, is just tell us a little bit about yourself for everyone out there that doesn't know too much about you.
Um, my name's Dillon. I'm 18-year-old kid that's going to be freshman in college. Have a twin sister and an older brother. Live with my mom. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I previously won a state championship at Kenan High School and went on and transferred to Sunrise Christian Academy, where I grew as not only a player but as a person. And now I'm going to Weber State. So that's about it.
Awesome, man. So you just told us that you won a state championship before transferring to Sunrise Christian Academy. Just tell us about that experience, man, and about that season.
Oh, it's nothing like it. Winning the state championship is definitely I can say a once in a lifetime feeling. Since that's the highest peak I reached so far in winning championship. Even though I think when Sunrise, I think we would have won Geico Nationals, but winning the state championship is a one in a lifetime experience. I was so close to winning it so many times, finishing in the Final Four every 4 years. I was at Kenes's playing in the 8th grade. And when I finally overcoming the hump and actually winning it, it was no other feeling like it, just, beating on the door and then finally knocking it down was a feeling that you can't explain. So it was a great feeling.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So like you just told us, after that, you decided to transfer to Sunrise Christian Academy. What made you want to make that change to transfer there? And just tell us about your time at Sunrise Christian Academy.
Well, what made me go to Sunrise was me looking at the man in the mirror and noticing that it was time for change in myself. Not saying that I was just the worst kid ever, but for me to be able to go where I want to go or think I can go, I know I couldn't be like I was. And so I think Sunrise was just going to give me an opportunity to, like Coach Norris at Kenan used to say, humble myself. And I think that just ultimately what it did. And at Sunrise, it did exactly that. I was able to build so many different relationships with not only basketball players, but I wouldn't only build relationships with basketball players, but I also built relationships with many people around the school, being around great people. It was overall one of the best decisions I've made. I was sitting at home reflecting on this not too long ago, and at the time, as a junior in high school making that decision, I didn't understand what I was doing, honestly. But reflecting on it, maybe like I was reflecting on it this week, going to Sunrise was such a chess move in my career. You know what I'm saying? Just doing things outside the box that's just simply like decisions based on basketball. It was just crazy me reflecting on it. I'm glad I did it. If I could have stayed at Kenan and been great, I'm sure of it. But going to Sunrise was such a chess move. That's such a business move, and I'm happy I did it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I completely understand where you're going. I think what you're trying to get at is just like to better yourself. I think it's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Better yourself as a player, better yourself as a person. And like you said, worked out great for you. I wish that season didn't get cut short because I would have loved to watch you guys play in Geico this year.
All right, for sure.
All right, man. So the next question that I have for you is the basketball world is shut down right now with this pandemic going on. A lot of guys aren't able to get into any gyms or anything. But what are you doing from home to stay in shape and to work on your game?
Well, me growing up, I never really had a lot of resources, let's say. I was kind of already, when I came up, already like a get it out the mud type person. I found ways to get better. And it's basically kind of fun doing it again because you get to do a lot of things that you did when you were a little kid. So I'm running hills. Obviously I'm going to Weber State, which the elevation is high. So in order for me to get prepared for that, I ordered a training mask just to get ready for the elevation. Just little stuff like that, just being smart with it. But it's like me just going back to my basics, honestly. Corona isn't really affecting me that bad. I'm able to, like I said, do the old things like, what's the craziest thing? I like on the monkey bars, doing pull-ups or something like that. Like, it's just, I've done that since I was a little kid, and me having to do that now because of Corona isn't really like such a hard adjustment period for me, because I was doing this since I was a little kid. So it's good though. It's fun, but yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So Dillon, let's dive into your game a little bit, man. You're 6'6", small forward. You're great at passing for your size, and you're able to bring the ball up yourself. Once the other team scores a basket or off a rebound, you're able to bring the ball up and start the offense for your team. For you, what would you say your best strength is on the court, and is one part of your game that you are trying to work on?
My best part of my game is I make my teammates better. Obviously, those aren't things that show up on the stat sheet, but you can look at everywhere I've been. I've won consistently, AAU, high school, Sunrise. I've made not only me good, but I've also looked out for the people around me, because that's what it's about. It's just a reflection of kind of like my life, honestly, just looking out for my twin sister, somebody, you know. So on the court, I make everyone around me better just by my presence, by the way I lead, by the encouragement I give players and stuff. So that's what I think my best attribute, and that don't show up on the stat sheet. Now everyone knows I can do a lot on the stat sheet, but I think that goes hidden a lot when you come and talk about Dillon Jones, is that how I make everybody better around me. So that's what I think about game. A part of my game I think I'm working on is me being more explosive. I feel like in my position, I don't have to be able to touch the top of the backboard, but I think me being able to rebound at a high level and stuff like that, I got to be able to be more explosive to grab rebounds over, of course, taller players. That's going to be in college. I don't think my body is necessarily such an issue, but me being more explosive is probably the main thing, because I think at Sunrise, I was able to shoot the ball better. That was my first cups I knew I had to improve on, and I improved on it at Sunrise. So now I'm going to try to become more explosive in my game, so I'm able to play a little bit more above the rim as much as I can.
For sure, man. For sure. All right, Dillon, next question that I have for you, man, is you're committed to Weber State and you're headed there next year for your freshman season. Tell us how you knew that Weber State was the place you wanted to play college basketball. Tell us about your official visit, and tell us about the relationships that you have built with the coaches and the players on the team as we speak.
So the recruitment process was hard in total for me because of, honestly, when I moved from Keenan to Sunrise, I lost a lot, gained a lot during me being at Sunrise. And it was so hard because you got to filter what's real and what's fake. Because obviously at the time period I signed in, people just trying to get what's good. And so my recruitment process was hard because it eventually came down to like Western Carolina, Grand Canyon, and Weber. And all three of the programs were recruiting me like high level. Western was first class, Grand Canyon was first class. But thing about Weber that stood out was that I can say that the other programs were like starting to get it revved up. Weber already had the track record, let's say. Like Coach Ray has been there for 15. This is going to be his 15th year. And seeing the players that came in the past and how they flourished, not only at Weber, but outside of Weber, was a big thing for me because I know what I'm trying to do personally. So I think that's what stood out about Weber the most. Just obviously you asked me about my official visit. Because of Corona, I couldn't take a visit. So Weber was just another simple basketball chess move decision. I mean, I forgot what the last question was, but that's kind of what stood out with Weber is just the fact that they had the track record to prove what I'm trying to do in life. So,
absolutely, man, absolutely. All right, Dillon, the last question that I have for you today, man, is what are you looking forward to most next year for Weber State, and what do you have to say to the Weber State fans for waiting for you to get there next season?
Um, I'm kind of looking forward to the test that'll be proven to me because I'm going to be the only freshman like on campus or on the basketball team at least right now. So I'm looking forward to that test because I've been in great positions in my career that I've been able to work for spots and be on the floor because nothing has ever been given to me. I've had to go out and take every opportunity I've ever been in. So I'm looking forward to that test in my career because that'll really tell me a lot about myself, about how I can overcome adversity and stuff. To the Weber State fans, I'm trying to get to the tournament. Like, it's just that simple. Like, I think we're going to be good enough with the incoming pieces that we're going to be able to go to the NCAA tournament and get the ball back rolling at Weber State. It's just that simple. That's what I truly believe. Coach Ray obviously has done it before, so I don't know why we can't do it again. So it's just that simple. I think we're going to get to the tournament and we're going to make some noise.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, Dillon, that's all the questions that I got for you today, man. Can't thank you enough for joining me on the show, man.
Yes,
Looking forward to watching you at Weber State next year, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Stay safe.